Play that jazz.
Play that regular music, man. Some regular. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. Look at the homies, man. You knew it was worth tuning in. You're like, am I going to tune in for this one? Of course. Look at my co-host over here.
So much room for activities.
There's so much room. You guys look great. Nuggets get the win. Nuggets look about as good as you guys do tonight, I would say.
Can't tell if that's an insult or not.
It's definitely an insult. As they pick up a ho-hum win, 110-102 over the Utah Jazz. Second night of a back-to-back. It had second night of a back-to-back energy. But let's hype it up this way. Jokic ties LeBron all time in triple doubles. Ooh, boy.
Ooh-wee.
Is that not cool? Is that
Dude, that's incredibly cool. I can't believe how we're having to hype ourselves up for a 4-0 start.
Dude, we're smug.
Dude, we're smug. We're kind of jerks, though.
We kind of are
like in the wrong way, dude.
We really are. A couple things to talk about out of this one. A little around the association. Of course, live from the arena later on. To help me with it, stepbrother number one, D-Line.
Again, people in the comments only complimenting and mentioning Dev's costume. This is
perfect. I think it is. Dev is great.
This
man.
is devastating.
Of course, superstar Dev over there.
I think the reason that they're not talking about you, you always have a hat on. They don't know if that's what is under the hat. That's what it is. They just say we're matching. That's it.
That's the devastating part.
They think I'm you.
No, that they're like, oh, this is what I could look like. This feels like entirely plausible.
Imagine if that was Eric's hair and nobody knew it, but it was actually that's actually what it looks like.
Yeah, like people are coming, they're like, oh man, Dev's dressed like Eric tonight.
The stepbrothers, man, looking fantastic. Jokic gets a triple-double. Man, this one honestly feels like somewhere in between a triple-double and a Sombor double. To pick it up with like 3 seconds left on a meaningless rebound.
Oh, no, it was like 0.3. It was the last shot. And they did it for no reason because they fouled him.
They called the timeout.
Yeah, they called a timeout and shot a shot just to shoot it.
Just to do it, man.
They wanted him to get it.
You know what? They probably did want him to get it. There are some storylines, though. Michael Porter, not a lot of minutes. Christian Braun, a lot of minutes. Is that a sign of Michael Malone's thinking? Or, a guy on a second night of a back-to-back with a bum ankle? I think we're going to find that out probably from the post-game commentary, but at least it's something for us to speculate recklessly on.
I can't wait.
For the next 20 minutes.
That is exactly why I'm here.
Let's do a fast breakdown real quick. I'll try to be fast, guys. Jokic and Murray, two-man game rolling early. They had some flair on it. It's hard to remember. This game felt so long. The beginning was so long ago. They were rolling. Nuggets got up big, but then slid. Jokic and Gordon picked up 2 fouls. A lot of fouls in this game. That was part of it, I think. The Nuggets had a rhythm, but there were some fouls. Bench started playing great again. Another great first stint. The first stint is the best stint for the bench every single game. And the Nuggets were up 31-21 despite that uninspiring first quarter recap. Second unit, they've got such a great identity, man. They were flying around. It was, once again, I was feeling so high. I was like, oh, man, Nuggets are going to win by 40. They were swarming. Murray dropped Chris Dunn. Do you guys remember that? And then drained a 3? That was this game.
Yeah. He was actually done after that.
Yeah,
he didn't get back in the game.
Yeah, we said he was well done.
Yeah, he got crisscrossed on that one. Nuggets started feeling it a little bit too much, though. This is where the game turned. The Nuggets got saucy, and I actually blame Jamal Murray. Because Murray had that move, and it was oh, it's time to start clowning. It was the second quarter. Yeah. And the Nuggets kind of lost their rhythm a little bit and never got it back the whole rest of the game. Jokic picked up a third foul, demanded Michael Malone challenge it, and he was right. 99% of the time when a player runs to a coach and is like, challenge, they're wrong. They just fouled, but they're too emotional. Jokic was actually correct. Instead, Michael Porter got his third foul. So he had to go to the bench. No challenge on that one. Aaron Gordon caught fire in the second quarter. Nuggets up 58-45. The game was over. Or was it? Third quarter. Nuggets pushed the lead to 18 really quick. And then Tired legs, man. That was the end of it. They looked terrible the rest of the game. Lead slipped to 6. Starters just couldn't find a rhythm. Bench gave a small boost, but not really. 80-69 Nuggets. You go to the fourth. I thought Murray did a very poor job in the fourth quarter of running the second unit. He had a couple opportunities to attack. He had an ISO with his back to the basket against Colin Sexton. Undersized defender, Dev. Murray in the post. Isn't that his sweet spot?
Yeah, big guard.
What's that?
Big guard.
Big guard. He is a big guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know you were talking about
That
there.
was great because I watched Dev say it and I watched you just look at him blankly and I just waited to see if the two would connect.
He is a big guard against a small guard, and he turned it over by passing away for some reason. It was very strange. Jazz cut it down to 5, so Jokic comes in. He hit his second sky hook of the game to settle things down, which I thought was awesome. But more importantly, who did Malone go to when he needed the energy to pick up? Jokic,
Brown.
Reggie Jackson, and then the defenders. KCP, Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon. And that group did what they were supposed to do. 8-2 run immediately. Nuggets up and down from there. There were some moments. Denver pulled ahead by 11. They got it back to 6. It was kind of this accordion thing.
Yep.
And then Jokic got a triple-double at the end when it was meaningless. All right, start us off, Dev. What's your big takeaway?
Just really like the headline of the show today. LeBron James is one of the best playmakers of all time. Jason Kidd is one of the best passers of all time. Nikola Jokic, a 7-foot center, has just tied them on the all-time list. And the games aren't even close to how quickly he did it. Like, there's going to be those pictures, in 10 years, memes, whatever you call it, that it's like which one of these guys evolved the game, like the evolution of the game, who's like the most transcendent. It's going to be Jokic. He changed the game, like with Curry. Everybody wants to shoot deep ball threes and things like. Jokic is a big man that is passing the ball and just dominating in every single facet. Like, it's so insane that we were able to experience all of these triple doubles, and they keep coming in.
We remember his first. Honestly, this is one of those moments right now where you kind of look back and you're like, you guys remember how dope it was when he got his first triple-double? It feels like a while ago, but not that far ago. And here we are, 107? Is it 107? 108? I can't even remember. 107? It's crazy.
Unbelievable. You want my big takeaway?
Or if you want to talk about the triple-double, you go to big takeaway.
Again, chat, I am also in a costume. I can't believe I have to keep saying this.
I love that they're doing this to you.
My big takeaway is that the Nuggets are inevitable at this point. It used to just be Jokic. The Nuggets, this was the second night of a back-to-back. They have now won. They've had 4 games they've won in 4 completely different fashions. They played.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though. Like, they just find a way. Like, at no point was I actually nervous. There was a point where it got down to 5, and I was like,
I'm with you. I was not nervous
in the slightest. I was like, all right, like, Jokic, would you just do the thing, do the goddamn thing? And the Nuggets just have an answer for anything that the other team ever wants to do. It's just when the other team goes big, the Nuggets will start to shoot from the outside. Like, the Nuggets, I just don't know what the NBA is supposed to do about the Denver Nuggets. I feel like, having passed and gotten to the mountaintop, like, I can see what it's like to be kind of bored with wins. Like, we're getting to the point where we're trying to pick our favorite flavor of wins. Like, they're like, did we like that? Was that fun? Was that fun and yummy enough? Meanwhile, every year leading up to now, win on the second night of a back-to-back, we'd be like, hell yeah, dude.
Right.
This team is gritty.
Oh,
They're
gritty,
going
yeah.
for it. They understand.
Good teams win ugly, man. Good teams, that's what they do.
And we're just like...
We're like, dang it, Nuggets, entertain us.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, I was cool when they were up by 18. They let it slip. Whatever, dude. The Nuggets are it.
I'm so blown away by this sensation of... You guys know me. I can be a bit of a nervous Nelly, or I could be. I think I could be. The Nuggets win a title, and now I just think they're going to win every time.
Yes.
I'm unbothered by anything. Yeah. Even if they would have lost it, I'd have been, whatever.
Dude, I know the first L that happens at game 13. I'm going to be irate.
You think?
I'm sure I am. I'm going to be
I don't know, man. I'm almost curious at this moment.
I am a little morbidly curious. I want to see myself in the face of a Nuggets loss. I don't know what will happen though.
Me neither. I don't see it. Are you curious at all?
I just think that it's going to be like one of those, It had to happen at some
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
yo.
like-
Hey, guys, they weren't going 8-0. We got to say those type of things when it finally happens. And it's gonna
This
be
is the best. Actually, you know what? I'm over it.
It's gonna be awesome.
This game kind of boring. I kind of like it. Look at us. We get to
Look at us,
level
dude.
it how
the
we
real
Look
thing
at
is
us.
we're going to have a lot of boring games this year in a win.
Yeah,
Think about
yeah.
having boring games and you're losing every single
Oh,
time.
What was
yeah.
the line tonight?
8.5.
Oh, and it was 8. Those.
You
They're so
nuggets.
good. They're so good.
They're just so good at it. Yeah, I don't even know what my big takeaway. Actually, I do have a big takeaway. We know Malone has things he values, more than others. And I don't know what the reason. I don't know that Michael Porter necessarily did anything bad tonight. I thought he just had kind of a normal game. But I know he loves the Christian Braun type. I know that that's just his type of guy. Like, I think if he had to rank his favorite players, he'd probably pick Jokic because, look,
He's not a fool.
he's not a fool, all right? I think his second favorite player is Christian Braun.
Oh, man.
Like, he's just, this dude is so reliable, and I do think there's something meaningful about the one moment when the game did get tight. He was like, all right, I got to have Christian out there. Yoke's going to score. He'll probably do a sky hook or something, but I just need to defend my defensive core out there, and that included Christian Braun. And Christian Braun played 30 minutes tonight. Grabbed 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He was a +6, goes 4 of 8. And I just think Malone knows that. It's funny because he's a second-year player, but I just feel like he is on the very short list of players that Malone trusts in those moments to be like, all right, well, he's not going to lose it. He might not win it for us, but he's not going to lose it.
That's exactly it. I mean, you say he likes that kind of player. I think he just likes Christian Braun.
Yeah.
I think he really likes Christian Braun.
Yeah.
We were like, did MPJ get shadow benched tonight? It was like
Every starter, 33 minutes, 35, 37, 33, 19.
and MPJ kind of came out. I mean, the Nugget. This was like 4 games smushed together. Like one awesome game, one like really lame one, and then one that was okay. MPJ in the awesome part of the game was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
But then when it got down to it and people were tired and you needed effort, needed defense, like it was wild, man. We were looking at each other like, where's MPJ? Is this a message, or does is he was injured coming into the year, so maybe.
Yeah, but I think that is amazing to have that option. And also, Christian Braun hadn't, he started out the year, it's only in a couple games, but he started out not playing that well and just trying to get himself back into shape. And he's back, like all the way. And then on top of that, in the middle of this game, because this was the second night of a back-to-back. This game started to lack energy like you expected in the second night of a back. What do? You pump
Go for the
Christian
energy
Braun in
guys,
your veins, and you're going to be able to, get back into the flow. And they looked great, like really defensively.
Yeah.
They continue to be amazing because they have these type of options. Christian Braun was all over the floor. How do you not, keep him on the floor? And then who else could you take him out for? Jamal Murray had it going on. KCP's defense has been great.
Yep.
Aaron Gordon's doing the right thing, and you have the MVP.
It's clearly Michael Porter's the first starter that will, very much trust Murray and Jokic.
Yep.
Very much
for
trust
sure.
Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
And KCP's is the defensive guy.
So
of course.
you go with Christian Braun,
Yeah.
the guy that's giving you that energy, giving you that effort, and also just fits in seamlessly.
Yeah. I'm going to go the other direction on this one. Mike, this was the second night of a back-to-back. I actually think if you really were to give the meaningful recap of this game, this was the first back-to-back of the season.
Yeah.
This was the first, and with travel, they had to travel back to Denver.
Yep.
So this was the first game, and I just thought you could see the moment they hit the wall. Again, when I'm doing that recap, I'm almost blown away by how much they were up at each break. Like they were, in my head, it was a little bit closer, and then I go, at halftime, they were up 14, and you're like, oh yeah, it wasn't actually ever close.
Dude,
they were just tired.
This game was not close. This game was not close until the very end. I mean, they got within 5, but like every time I looked up, I'm like, oh man, the Jazz are making a real run. They've cut it to 13.
Right. Yeah.
Like over and over. I was like, oh. And but the Nuggets, if had it not been second night of a back-to-back, the Nuggets would have run them.
But not that. Not just that part. The Porter part. So he's got a bum ankle.
Yep.
From the preseason. He's probably out of shape, a little bit too, just because he didn't get to go through all of the same workouts. And then on the second night of a back-to-back, and then look, I mean, I think that Malone knew Christian Braun was going to go in there and make some plays, and he did. And Christian Braun made a lot of plays tonight, a lot of rebounds that he needed to grab, a lot of those different things. So I thought So I don't know that you should read anything really into this other than Denver needed to gut out a win, and they went to their gutted out lineup.
Yep, 4-0.
4-0.
4-0, baby.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good does it feel?
4.
And I think it feels great.
No, it feels great, man. Like it is, but it is different. It is different. I will say, like, there is something about expecting to win and getting the win where you're like, okay, yeah, and then hoping you're going to get a win and getting a win's like, hell yeah, we're slapping fives. Like downstairs, we're like, yeah, okay, good, okay, yep,
yeah.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. And we just come upstairs.
I was gonna ask, so like it is Halloween tomorrow. By the way, I love Halloween, man.
Doesn't look like it.
Kids? Well,
Doesn't look like it.
I was a little busy. I forgot. To be honest, I didn't even know. I remember we mentioned it the other day, then I just completely forgot. But I do like it. We're gonna say Halloween candy. What would you say tonight's win was?
Oh yeah,
in terms of Halloween candy.
Well, first off, what was your receptacle? Were you a pumpkin bucket guy?
Oh, I was a pillowcase.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, pillowcase.
Yeah, but way more volume.
Yeah, you look so soft with the plastic.
The little, you
couldn't wear that. You couldn't wear that in my house.
I'm with Dev, dude.
Tough out there with his bag.
I'm with Dev, dude. It was like your parents bought it for you. Like, first off,
yeah, you gotta
you look
thug it
like
out.
You're a little too into Halloween. You're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not that. I just got my pillowcase.
plus it's like limits the amount.
Yeah.
The pillowcase is unlimited possibilities.
So,
Out of the
candy.
pillowcase, what do you pull for tonight?
I would pull like
Tell us in the chat too. I'll
probably pull dots.
Oh,
Bro, I don't even eat the dots.
dude, I love dots.
So that's the thing. This was good for some people. Some people were not as satisfied with it.
Dude.
Not necessarily you.
There are people that really enjoyed it, but some people don't really like it.
Me, good call.
personally,
That is such a good one.
I like dots. I like being 4-0.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go from the same multi-pack, dude.
Okay.
I'm going like the oversized Tootsie,
Tootsie Roll?
not a Tootsie. Is it a Tootsie Roll? It's the
I think
big
it is
size
the big one.
Oh
yeah.
no, the Charleston Chew.
No, not the Charleston Chew.
I
The
think
large size.
the large Tootsie Pop.
It's the
That's
Tootsie
like,
Roll, yeah.
that's like
It is
sort
too
of
much.
segmented.
Because I actually like a Tootsie
I do
Roll.
too, I
but
do
you're
too.
right. I don't want that much of a Tootsie Roll. So then you have to
But
break
I'm saying,
it,
like,
put it back in.
tonight, like, it was good, but it was like not my favorite. Like, I didn't pull out a Reese's Pieces or a Reese's peanut butter
this
cup.
this was not that at all. I think this was probably a Smarties.
Smarties. Whoa,
Smarties.
that's rough.
Yeah,
For me, Smarties are bottom of the
Yeah,
bag. dude.
I give it back. You still have Smarties in the bottom of your pillowcase in like January.
when you look, you're like, I'm out of candy. Nothing but Smarties at the bottom.
That's the thing, is it's always the last one. So
Is Smarties in the what is it, Whopper?
no, I don't eat the Whopper.
No,
There's some dots.
I'm saying
Whoppers,
those two
leave them.
stay.
Milk
They
duds.
they
No,
stay.
the worst is the black and orange peanut butter toffee things that don't even have a name. Dude.
Oh yeah, those
It's
are
just come in
gross.
a wax thing or
Those
whatever.
things are
Yeah,
the
you gotta
worst.
get those at like the church or something.
Only people
Like,
who hate children buy those.
you don't even get those in the store. Like really, I think they're giving those out in churches or something, man.
I want to be that. I want to be that. Maybe this year, that's what I'll do. Is I'll just get the crappiest candy.
Dude, just hand out
Like, hey, everyone.
if you never want
over
kids
this
to return,
random-
give out pennies.
I'm still not over this random Smarties hate. Like, what is this
Oh
coming?
no,
where is this coming
it's not
from?
the worst, but
It's
you're not
okay.
choosing
Yeah.
Smarties. Would you go buy Smarties to give out to people? And then what do? You
I love Smarties.
You give them one.
You
Would
know
you
what?
give
This
it to
game was
children?
better than you remember it. We're just becoming smug. You know what this game actually was? This game was actually significantly better than that.
It was great
It
in a
actually
lot of
was
ways.
fine. We're just spoiled. We're the spoiled. Like, this is my
That's why
kids
dots.
sometimes when they like start complaining. You're like, come on, man. This isn't that bad.
We suck.
Buck up, people. We do suck.
I
What are we
hate
doing?
us.
I hate us too.
If I
I
were-
wish we had never won.
You
a
guys
title.
are down. I like dots.
If I would have seen us this show 1 year ago, I would have been disgusted.
So
I'd have
disgusted
been
with
like,
us.
what is this, a Warriors show?
Would you have been like, man, look at my hair though? What did I do?
I'd have been like, I wish I dressed up.
I wish you had dressed up for Halloween. Guys, Bet365, how do we do tonight, Dev?
We did good. We did real good.
Really?
Real good.
Tell me about it. Which one did we win?
Oh, so sadly, no, first we'll start. So we lost the minus 8.5 because they got to 8.
Ridiculous.
We got the under. We got the team total under. We had Laurie Markkinen, rebounds plus points and rebounds. Christian Braun, that was the lock.
Yeah, the lock
That
hit.
hit, of course. We didn't get Michael Porter rebounds, and maybe something with Jamal. Everything else hit.
Yeah. Bet365, it is your place to go and gamble on the Nuggets. We do it every single game. I'm telling you this. We are being smug right now about this game. You know, one way to make the games like a little bit more interesting, even on a night like tonight, just sprinkle a few bets out. Tonight, you have a triple-double bet. Imagine how exciting that ending was for that one.
Fist pumping. Yeah.
We had Christian Braun tonight. Was it 9.5 points and rebounds? And he got like 9 immediately.
Yeah.
And then went a really long time without grabbing another one. But he did.
Yep.
So we won
Kept
that
us
bet.
Engaged.
Bet with us on Bet365. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Also want to tell you guys, have I told you what I've been eating a lot lately?
Let me guess.
Go for it. Well, yeah, it's a tough one because we have lots of different ones. Primo hoagies. I've become a cheesesteak guy.
Have you?
Dude, cheesesteaks are honestly,
love
when we
them.
drafted foods, we should have drafted cheesesteaks way higher, man. Cheesesteaks are fantastic. And Primo hoagies, are you getting mad because I stole half of your cheesesteak? Because every time I bring this up, you get a little upset. Eric ordered a delicious cheesesteak and I ate half of it. He offered it to me. I ate it. And he immediately regretted that
I don't
he
want
gave
to
it
talk
to me.
about it. I don't want to talk about it.
It's delicious. You can go there and get it. I learned this when we were in Philadelphia. Order it Cooper Sharp. That's the type of cheese you put on there. Cooper Sharp. It's actually fantastic.
And then you get the long hots on the top. It's a type of pepper.
You can get long hots. I actually like those. Would you call it like a Anaheim pepper mixed with a shishito?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
would.
what it tastes like. Very good, delicious pepper. I like them, but I prefer it without. Primo hoagies. Honest to God, guys, super delicious. I hope they spread all throughout Colorado. All right, back here on the other side. Let's run through a couple of the players here, though. Jamal Murray tonight. First of all, I want to go back to last night. When I went back and rewatched the game today, as I was preparing notes for the list, I thought his game was sneaky bad, actually, on rewatch. Because he had a lot of really sloppy plays. Like, he was throwing some terrible passes. We talked about what a great passer, how he's reading the court. Last game, I thought he had 3 or 4 turnovers that were like F- quality turnovers. Tonight, he dropped 14 assists.
Yeah.
18 points, 14. I think 15 was his record. So he almost got a record in assists tonight. D-line, 18 points, 14 rebounds. Again, another bit of a ho-hum game in terms of his scoring, but guy's passing.
Jamal Murray had really, like, to say that the Nuggets had like 3 or 4 different games glued together. Jamal Murray had 3 or 4 different games glued together. He was on fire early. He was a flamethrower. He had so much swag and energy. He was like crossing guys up. Who did he drop? Was it Taylor Horton Tucker?
No, it was Dunn.
Oh, Dunn.
Remember
That's right.
he
That
was
was
Dunn?
Chris
Yeah,
Dunn.
he done him dirty.
Whatever. And then there was a period in the middle where he was like very sloppy, taking terrible shots, was actually like a big deficit to the entire offense. And then down the stretch, we saw the Jamal Murray and the Jokic 2-man game. I mean, it's like, can really do whatever they want. I mean, Jamal Murray is really on a different level this year. I mean, it truly, like,
the game looks easier to him.
it is. It truly is the year of Jamal Murray, and the fact that he's getting these assist numbers is just showing that he's putting effort and emphasis on different parts of his game than he hadn't previously, and just like the energy that he's putting forth, like. We didn't see this level of energy from Jamal until like halfway through the season in years past. And he looked like he's out like wanting to prove people wrong. And I love it. It's great. Like a little sloppy at times, but man, Jamal's that guy. I don't know. I love what I'm seeing from this year.
I think this was a game that truly made Jamal Murray happy, like super happy, because it wasn't a great game, but he got to get as many shots as he wanted. So he led the team in shots, but he also had 14 assists. So he's like, hey, no one can say anything if I'm facilitating and the game's coming easy for him. Also, defensively, he's taken a step up where there was a back-to-back blocks.
Yeah,
like that sequence was insane where we're not even excited.
Defensive possession.
We're not even excited about that anymore.
You're right.
But like he's still working himself in. But that part of the game, like it really is like comfortable. He looks very, very comfortable this year. Where even on bad games, he's having good games for himself. So when he has one of those nuclear nights, it's just gonna look that much better. So I think that right now he's just so under control that even when he like takes some like bad shots, and I think he took a few of them in this game, he made up for it in different ways. If you make up for it on defense, if you make sure everyone else is involved and happy, there's nothing that anyone can say to you. So I think that this was a game where his teammates are happy, he's happy, everything's fine.
Yeah. The defense, I'm just glad you brought that part up because he has made some pretty spectacular defensive plays so far this year. And tonight, kind of chock full of them. 2 block shots, 2 of them in a row. And it's been pretty good. So where else should we go with this one? Aaron Gordon had 21 tonight. A lot of those came in bunches.
Dude, he started off amazingly. He was 7 for 7. He was finishing everything. He was playing like he always does defensively. Aaron Gordon is so reliable at this point. It feels like in his career with the Denver Nuggets, like his role is so clearly carved out. There's not like we were commenting on like you don't really see like the weird like wayward 3-point shot from Aaron Gordon anymore. He's like always sort of hanging around the rim in the dunker spot, or he's making the right cuts, or he's just kind of in the mix and he's not doing anything flashy. Like he never truly stands out except for when he just finishes over and over, just dunks or gets the easy putback or whatever. Like Aaron Gordon is he's transitioned into just like machine mode. It's amazing.
He's definitely a machine. And also Aaron Gordon has made it to where this was like, if he was doing this last year or like before that, like that would have been an amazing game where we're just like, whoa, 20 and 7.
I know. Like, holy cow, can you believe this?
10 of 12. He's efficient. He's doing everything. I don't think that he was great on defense because marketing got whatever he wanted to.
True.
But there was times where if Aaron Gordon wasn't perfect on defense, then they would lose the game. Or like it was just like a lot closer that you just expected so much from him or you wanted so much from him on that end of the floor that they couldn't make up for it. Now, even on a not so great defensive night, he steps it up on offense. He's part of the offense. He's dunking everything in sight, and I just think that it's great to see how much he's come to where people are still comfortable around him. So I think that he just fits so perfectly in this offense, on this defense, on this team, where they're just doing amazing plays. Jokic had like a just throw up, play to him. And I feel like he's averaging 1 a game where he just throws it towards the rim with just knowing he's there. They're just on the same accord the entire time.
I'm like going through here. Zeke Naji tonight, he did grab 3 rebounds. He did have 2 steals. There were moments, I honestly think all of the guys were good until they weren't, and then they were all bad.
All the Nuggets were bad at a certain point. They're also good at a certain point.
Christian Braun is the guy that obviously deserves a shout out. I just think that guy, he does so many. Here's the thing about Christian Braun. He does so many things really well that are subtle. On the list, I'm going to show an example of a perfect entry pass he threw to Jokic. You know how entry passing is one of those things you only notice when it's bad?
Yeah, like for the first 3 years of Jamal and Jokic's
Nobody
time
could
together.
get him the ball, and it was so annoying. But Christian Braun is one of those guys that always delivers it, not just like safely, but oftentimes he throws it in a way that puts Jokic in position to go right into his move.
Yeah,
It's like there's good, there's bad, and then there's like perfect. And he throws a lot of perfect ones. So it's little things like that. And I think that when you talk about a guy being a winner, oftentimes I think there is a tangible thing you can point to. They're just so abstract or so weird or whatever. And I think that's what it is they add up, man. He does like 100 of those types of things well. And so Malone puts him into the game because it's like, well, of course, this guy's those things are going to be the margins. And then Jokic will close the door.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's just about being fundamentally sound, but then like 1 to 2 steps above that. Like he does everything. He doesn't do anything wrong. He does everything well, but then every now and again he does something great.
Right.
And then he'll, like he had like 3 or 4 finishes that you're like, first off, that seemed like completely out of control. I can't believe that he went in, but I guess he's earned that right. And then he was just like he always is, like super tenacious. Sorry, Zeke, but Christian was, although Zeke was very tenacious, I have to say.
He did have some tenacious moments. I mean, they all did until they didn't.
That's true. They did until they didn't.
Yeah. For Christian Braun to not be like a stats guy, like that he's going for, 25, 30, playing a whole bunch of minutes or anything. I love that he's getting respect like around the league. Like Paul George just gave him love on his show, and that's a random guy.
How about that? Can we talk about this?
That's a random guy that he could have come up with. He could have said anybody in the league, and he's like, no, Christian Braun.
So Paul George has a podcast, and this is part of it, right?
And it's like the biggest podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And he has to talk about players, so inevitably he's going to talk about your players. But Peyton Watson, next big thing. Christian Braun, that guy's good at everything. Is he a Nuggets fan?
I think he might be.
Is Paul George a Nuggets fan?
It's
I feel like there's
possible.
always been a connection there, right? Like
Broncos?
I feel like, yeah, and
God.
UC, not UCLA, but like the California connection with Peyton Watson. So maybe he's watching him and he's like seeing other things pop. Or he's
dude.
like, that dude is good. And then also like Christian Braun they played at like the position, so he's been defended by him.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he's like, hey, that guy's a lot better than what you guys think. But also, like, he's in another perfect fit that he doesn't have to stand out scoring and doing these things. And that's what, like, stood out in this game is every single game so far, a new guy off the bench has been, like, the story or, like, the guy that is, like, won them the game. Christian Braun was that guy in this game where he was the one that stepped up to make, everyone look good. And then he starts to play with the starters. So Malone is making people earn it. Christian Braun earned it today.
I know they're all. Yeah, I know. I love Malone's tough talk. He's like, "Hey, I'm not just going to hand out the minutes. You got to earn them." Totally earns them. Peyton Watson, like every game, he's like, "Well, I guess he earned it."
Yeah,
So.
I guess he earned it, so he kind of
Fine.
deserves
Don't
it
really have
here.
to do the tough talk.
Paul George, also Serbian wife.
Serbian wife, and he did spend a lot of time watching the Nuggets beat him in the playoffs.
That's true. He
I
got
just sat back and watched it happen.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's talk about Jokic.
Oh, let's talk about it, man.
27 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 block shots, 12 of 16. Guys, he missed 4 shots tonight.
It's so stupid.
It was a second night of a back-to-back for him, too. Here's the thing about Jokic that's underappreciated. The guy is so tough. I'm giving excuses to the entire team tonight. Like it's the second night of a back-to-back.
I
It's
know.
early. They were up, and then they weren't, like this kind of excuses. The one guy that just seems unaffected by those things every night is Jokic.
Yep.
Tonight, Jokic was still dominant. And throughout, he didn't really hit the wall. I think he hit the wall in terms of the game got harder for him. He had to dig deep, but he dug deep and there was still more left there, and he dominated. And I feel like when we're laughing off the fact that this game wasn't necessarily the most fun game in the world, right? That's kind of what we're laughing about and why the show's kind of a weird one tonight. It wasn't the most memorable game. This one will probably get deleted in my mind before too long. But it was a great game from Jokic. And that's the thing is he's almost impervious to those types of things, Dev.
He's incredible, like in every single way. Where second night of a back-to-back, another triple-double. And I feel like this is the 4th game of the season. He starts to add things. He's doing hook shots today.
Yeah, dude.
He's just like, hey,
Sky hooks.
let's see how I'm gonna be defended by these bigger guys. Let me try to find a new way to score on them where I don't have to just go straight to the Serbian. I don't have to do that.
Okay, the Sambo, yeah.
The Sambo shuffle. I'm gonna do a hook shot, and he started hitting that. Where that starts to hit, he's gonna have counters to that, and that's another thing that he gets to add. He's shooting the 3-ball. Finishing in traffic, and again, he's a bully. Like he's perfect. He's damn near perfect in every single way. And this was
so
another game that he just shows like how good he is. And it was just another night for him.
I know he's not in his best shape right now either. Like he's just not. Like we've seen him. Not that he needs to be, but I just don't know what you do, man. Like all of the memes, all of the like videos about Jokic, like going through, just doing whatever he wants, sleepwalking through. They're true.
Yeah, totally.
And he is so unstoppable. It is insane. Like,
But I also feel, though, here's the thing, is I also feel like he has this thing in him where he is good at pushing himself.
Yeah.
In these moments. And that's what I mean, is tonight, there was a lot of guys that just had the heavy legs or whatever, and maybe they had it if they needed it. But Jokic just seems to understand the yoke that's on his back of
Nice.
you see how I did that? I'm the one that has to step up, and he's just always capable of it. I remember there was this fight.
strong as an ox.
What's that?
Strong as an ox.
Really as strong as an ox, man. We got Brendan Vogt calling in from the arena, which we'll go to right after this quick break. I want to tell you guys about Red Hawk Roofing. Denver's best roofers have joined the DNVR team. When you guys see a partner come through like this, local Denver company,
Yes.
you know what you can assume, and what is true of this group here? Big fans of this very here show.
I love that about them.
They might be in the chat at this very moment. Red Hawk Roofing. You
let's
guys
raise
know
the
like,
roofers,
I'm
dude.
very into birds. In particular, the hawks, right? The red-tailed hawk and this or that.
I hate this segment.
And you also know that I am a person who can appreciate a roof. I can appreciate it.
This is
Red Hawk
terrible.
Roofing, they use quality materials, decades of experience, 24/7 availability, quick response time, Colorado's best estimators and contractors, and then best of all, huge DNVR fans, maybe in the chat right now. Shouts to you guys, real ones. But here's the thing. If you are a homeowner, roofing is one of those things that you want to get taken care of. You have a big hailstorm, a snowstorm. This is the time of year where the snow comes in. All of a sudden you look up, there's a little leak there, and you think, okay, well, if I put the bucket down and then the plastic, this or that, guys, you might need a new roof. Call them up. They will come over, inspect the roof, give you a great deal, give you a great quote, and walk you through that whole process. So if you're looking for a new roof over your home or business, be sure to check out Red Hawk Roofing at redhawkroofing.com and tell them DNVR sent you.
Yeah, dude, you gotta take this community takes care of each other. If you need a roof, you deal with the guys that like this community. They're part of this community. I love that.
1,000%. Also want to tell you guys about another OG partner, Breckenridge Brewery.
Let's go.
You guys know the snow is here. It is officially Avalanche Amber season.
It's unfortunately, but yeah, but also fortunately.
But also fortunately, because it just tastes better when that cold comes in. In fact, when it snows, give yourself an excuse to drink a Avalanche Amber. Be like, you know what?
Yeah,
The
they'd be
weather tastes better.
I can't shovel.
You guys want to do that? We also have the beer of the month, which is the Broncos Country. Hey, shouts to the Broncos.
Oh my God, dude! Now we can drink it with pride.
Before
You drink that with pride, dude.
You had to hide it. You're like, I'm not drinking a Broncos Country.
No, Russell Wilson at the game tonight
That's
definitely
true.
felt comfortable going out in public for the first time.
You're so right.
In the-
He got a win. He's like, I'm gonna go
He's
out.
like, I gotta get out immediately.
Check out Breckenridge Brewery. All the delicious beers they have. Fun Slinger, Mile High City. You guys know all of them. All right, let's bring in Brendan Vogt, the man with the boyish charm and the. Indeed, Vogt. We're having a terrible show. I'm just gonna warn you right now.
Yeah.
We're having a Nuggets-esque show tonight.
We're winning, but
winning.
like we could be doing better.
Come on.
Somebody's muted. We'll go back. We'll go back.
Vogt's gone. Hey, man, I told you. I tried to warn you what kind of night it was. Did you figure it out, Kel?
No, it says he's in the guest room even though he's on the screen.
Wait a second. Vogt thinks maybe he has the solution.
Let's go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, we got it.
Did you? Was there too much hair between your mouth and the microphone?
You know what the best part is? Guess what I changed? Not a thing. I don't know.
Hey,
Let's go.
You fixed it.
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to get my first game note out of the way. You guys look great. You guys look awesome.
He's talking to you, Adam. He's
No, I
talking to
think
you, Adam.
Those two, yeah. I just look normal.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how fun was this game?
I'll say a 7. I think it got a little weird for some people at times. But I don't know, man. I thought there were plenty of moments in the first half where it was just laugh out loud. How do you beat this team? How do you beat this team? I didn't think the Denver Nuggets played very well tonight, and I did not think the Utah Jazz ever really had a chance to win this game. So, not the most airtight game they've ever played, but there were moments, man. There were plenty of moments that were fun to be in the building for.
There you go. All right, well, take us inside the locker room here.
All right, Michael Malone thought they defended well for 3. They didn't defend well in the 4th. That's why they hung around, and the rebounding was nowhere where it needed to be. I bring that up because the Nuggets guys are now actually have been out-rebounded in 3 of their 4 wins. That's rare for them. They typically out-rebound their opponent, but also if they're going to win, it's probably because, or it probably includes a rebounding advantage. 3 of their 4 wins this year, they have not won the rebounding battle. Just something of note. KCP won his 4th straight defensive player of the game chain, but Malone was quick to say that it's a group effort. No one guards anyone one-on-one in the NBA. He's just spearheading it for them. He was asked about CB's game. He talked about how well CB played, and then unprompted, he brought up Michael Porter Jr. and said, I probably should have gotten him back in there. He did. It was nothing about the ankle or anything like that. He thought CB played well with the group, but Malone, after listing some of Porter's contributions and said, guys, it was one of those Malone oversights where Christian Braun was just playing so well. He rode with him for 14 minutes. No harm, no foul. But I think at the end of the game, he looked up and realized, Porter was still on the bench. So I thought it was the right call tonight. Christian Braun was playing really well, but interesting to hear Malone address it.
It's interesting. It's good to hear him address it, but at the same time, like, come on. We've been following Malone for so long that you know all of his excuses and which ones are real and which ones are not.
Totally.
Like, the game, I didn't even notice, and the time got it. Like, all right, dude, come on. All right, it's fine. It's fine.
I actually think Malone does this, man. It's like Facu. He'll just play Christian for 20 straight minutes, and I don't think he knows that it's been 20 straight minutes because it looks the way
he's like, oh man, look at Christian Braun out there. That's awesome.
Right.
It's so cool.
Right. I didn't think Porter was great tonight. I think he could have closed this game, but I'll also say this: it's on Porter to take that question off the table. And it wasn't his best night of the season. Anyway, Malone addressed that for anyone wondering. It had nothing to do with injuries or anything like that. Jamal Murray on KCP winning his 4th straight defensive player of the game chain. Yeah, it's crazy. I told coach I'm not playing no more defense, which I loved. It was my favorite quote of the night. He's like, I'm averaging like 2.5 blocks per game. He couldn't believe it. And then he said, but no, he's definitely a first team all defense guy, or at minimum a team. That seems to be a company line right now. These guys want KCP to get his shine, and Murray echoed the sentiment. On the Mike thing, he was asked if he ever gets in Mike's ear in those moments, and he says, I'm always in Mike's ear, especially if he goes a couple of possessions too without seeing it. I like to try to get him the rock, just so he knows he's involved. We need him involved. Murray thought he didn't play very well today. As a team, they didn't make as many shots as they'd like to. Part of that is it's a travel day back-to-back, but also they just didn't play as well as they wanted to. But it's fine when they win. The body feels fine. Everyone feels fine. Everything's better after a win. And what he likes about this group is they prioritize winning. Doesn't really matter who's getting it done. Murray had 14 assists tonight, fellas, one shy of tying his career high.
Yep.
That's it from me, boys. Unless you have any questions, and then I'm here all night.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade Dev's costume?
Dev's 10.
About Eric's?
Probably like a 4.
It's consensus, man.
Did you realize I was wearing a costume?
Yeah, that was part of it. That was until we got to the hair. I didn't realize Eric was dressed up.
It's been pretty popular in the chat to acknowledge only Dev's costume.
Only Dev's.
That's absolutely hilarious.
D-Line getting the Michael Porter treatment tonight. All right, buddy.
Dude, shadow banned.
Get home safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you, boys.
All right. Do we have some super chats to get to? We have any sicko? That feels appropriate for tonight. 5 super chats.
Yeah.
Feels like a 5 super chat kind of night. No, because on the other side, I'm going to do a little round the association.
Adam's laboring. This is a second night of a back-to-back for Adam.
Laboring so bad. Somebody else read it.
Let's see. A win's a win. If the Nuggets beat Minnie with their homestand coming up, I think the Nuggets will complete their first side quest, have the first 10-plus game win streak of the Jokic era.
Oh, that would be such a great side
Andrew
quest.
Sullivan, I completely agree with you. Listen, we've been saying, I said this, I think we all have at a certain point leading into the season, that the Nuggets are going to come shot out of a cannon this year. And like the 2 games that they played with like real passion and vigor, the Lakers and the, who did they just beat? The Thunder. They looked incredible, like the best team I've ever seen. And like on a night like tonight, they looked like really good. And this was a night where in years past, they would be like way more sluggish. They would have dropped a game like this in years past. Like, man, I don't know. The Nuggets are just so different this year. There's just no doubt.
They're clearly different, man.
There's just no doubt.
They're clearly different. Their floor is pretty high.
Gordon Glazner.
Let's go.
Our homie from
baby.
From the Great White North. Nuggets win ugly. Nuggets win pretty. Nuggets win with finesse. Nuggets win physical. Nuggets just win.
It's a true.
That's all they do. That's all they do.
Super chat.
That's all they do.
Completely true, man.
All they do is win, 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 no matter what. That's what I've always said. And I wrote a song about that.
Yeah.
Our homie 55555-ish said, I want these super chats to start going towards an ATA graphic fund. Another ATA win down. Only 46 more ATA wins until 50 ATA wins in the ATA NBA.
There you go. I like it. We do need a new ATA graphic. Are you going to do it or no?
I like this. I like what I have.
Eric, the thing about Eric you have to understand is if you demand something of him, you'll never get it.
Yeah.
If you ask nicely, you might never get it also. You never know.
Yeah.
It just depends, but you have a chance.
I'm like a beautiful design mule. You know what I mean?
How long did it take you to make that graphic?
40 years, dude. My skill has been honed over 40 years.
You know what? I'm going to make it. We should have an open competition.
If one person sends in a graphic, you'll be banned from the show. I'll never allow you back on. I will remember you.
Let's just have a competition.
Astray says, I know folks will try to make noise with MPJ, but Moach saying he's going to close with MPJ most nights. He trusts them in a way defensively that wasn't there as much last year. MPJ's our guy.
He is
I
our
agree.
guy.
It's the
He is
second
our
night of a
guy. You know
back-to-back.
what? Another true super chat.
That chat was super.
You guys are bringing the truth tonight.
Man, paying to tell us the truth. I love it. Okay, super chat, $4.99. MPJ has never fouled out of a game. It's a cop-out for Malone to use that as a reason. It's not a big deal, but Malone knows that reasoning isn't it.
I mean, guys, another true one to me. Malone went to a line that was like a wiggle out of this one. You can't prove he's lying, but come on.
Yeah, well, here's what happens is that like Christian Braun was playing better and deserved to close, but like not in the way that it was like an issue that people have to be like, oh man, is he going to lose his starting spot? So I
think it's like how I did. I was like, I forgot to dress up. Guys, I forgot.
Is it Halloween?
Can you prove that I'm lying?
Yes.
Can you? No,
Yeah.
I just forgot, you guys.
Ridiculous. Freddie, our homie, says Nuggets win. Super chat.
Let's
Wow.
go.
Super chat. What a super chat.
Very
dude.
linear thinking right there.
That was fantastic. Wow. I feel great.
We went through all of them? Yep. Alrighty. Real quickly, I want to tell you guys, you know what is this Saturday?
What?
Our first ever takeover event, baby.
Let's go.
First ever takeover
Let's
event.
go. And if
Guess what?
any of you at the takeover send in an ATA graphic, I'll put you in a goddamn headlock.
Guys, takeovers are a lot of fun. They're a chance to go to Ball Arena and watch our beloved Denver Nuggets. I think we have a great record on takeovers so far over the years. We almost always win. Is it because we always pick games that the Nuggets should win? Maybe it is, but you know what? It's more fun to get together with the homies when they win and then come back to Ball Arena, hop on the show, give us your hot take, hang out with the fellas. It's always a good time. So this Saturday is our very first one. Plenty of spots open, by the way. Early in the year, we didn't have a long runway for this one. So get your friends together. Get your family together. Come on down. Hang out with us. Let's have a good time with it. We also have a season pass, so maybe you want to come for the entire year. You can buy a season pass, get a discount by going to all four of them.
Here's the thing. The Nuggets are very good. They're a very good basketball team. This is a hashtag basketball town. We all know it to be true. Like, it's not easy to get tickets anymore for the Denver Nuggets. Like,
Well,
they're
Dev-
sold out every night.
Dev, do you think if the Nuggets keep winning like they are, tickets will get cheaper as the year goes on?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
I mean, that's a
and
good
also,
point.
you get to be with your people. People like that, like the same things as you.
Yep.
They're
friends, man.
undefeated. They're undefeated in games that we go to, so you already know that you're going to have a good night, a good time, and you get to come back and party with the boys. What's better than that?
We've had some all-timers, man, on these events, so come check them out. Also want to tell you, speaking of all-timers, Kind Love. Kind Love, of course, is our dispensary partner. You guys know about them, but the coolest thing about Kind Love is they carry the greatest joint pack in all of the land. In all lands, really.
Immaculate
Why?
Vibes.
Immaculate Vibes. DNVR's own joint pack, Immaculate Vibes. How much is it for a 5-pack? Just $25. Available in indica and sativa. You also get that same discount code, DNVR. It still applies there as well, so you might want a little bit
Even
bonus
less.
still on that.
Even less.
Unbelievable. Available at both Kind Love locations. You want to check them out? Visit stores in Cherry Creek next to PetSmart and Target off of Alameda, or North Denver. Mention DNVR and receive the DNVR exclusive discount 25% off. You can also visit their website, kindlove.com, and use that promo code DNVR for online ordering and their full extensive menu. So check them out.
Let's
All right.
go. Let's go.
Last section here, the graphic list around the
Dude.
association.
Adam is struggling. Oh, look at that thing! Look at that thing!
I don't see anything.
Let's go.
I don't see anything.
Wow.
Dev,
He said, "Wow."
take us around.
Wow. Oh my gosh. All right.
I sound like Malone watching Christian Braun.
So we'll start with the Nets and the Hornets. High scoring game, 133 to 121. In this game, Cam Thomas has another 30-point game. 33 points.
Dude, Cam
the dude's averaging. They actually came out with something that as a starter, he's averaging like the most that has ever happened. Like
Really?
34 or something like that as a starter. Nobody's ever done it.
What does that mean? The most that's ever happened?
Like he has
No
the
one's
most
ever-
as a
Chamberlain
starter.
averaged 50 as a starter.
I don't know. I said that they came up with it. Not me.
Maybe it has a net. Maybe it has a.
Yeah, maybe it was the
I
net.
don't
Yeah, maybe it was the net.
I don't know what it
I don't know.
is.
The guy's good.
Of anyone ever. All right.
He's a beast.
What
He's a
a
beast.
stat.
Gilbert Arenas said that he's their best player.
I'm
He
sure
didn't
he
care
did.
about Miles
I'm
Bridges
sure
anymore.
he did. By the way, Ben Simmons, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Near triple-double.
Dude, is Ben Simmons back?
Those numbers are such Ben Simmons
He's legit
triple-doubles.
back.
5
He's
of 6.
back playing.
5 of 6. Just
Then
saying.
we go over to our friends, the Bulls, with our friend Bruce Brown.
Oh, yeah.
The Bulls beat the Pacers today.
They did?
That's a shocker.
Another undefeated team falls.
The Bulls beat
Another
'em.
one falls.
In this game, Vooch had 24 points, 17 rebounds.
Rebounding monster out there.
About a monster over there. Bruce Brown had 15 points in the game, 7 rebounds.
He was a minus 13, huh? Whew.
Yeesh.
Come on,
That
Bruce.
is, that is no good.
All right, they were undefeated. Only I think 4 teams remaining undefeated. So the mighty are falling.
Boston beats the Wizards.
They're one of the undefeated teams, sadly.
They look good, Boston. Sorry, Vogt. They look very
They
good.
do look good. In this game, Jaylen Brown had 36 points. I think he had like 30 at the half or something, like 27 or something.
Damn,
He's just
really?
hot, super hot. They beat them to sleep. Plus 32s, plus 30, plus 27.
I mean, Washington sucks. Let's not get too excited
I
here.
get that.
They
That is
suck.
crazy. And then
Yeah.
their bench was just horrible in the game, but
You
it
guys,
doesn't matter.
You guys know who's having a really bad season so far? Jordan Poole. He was a minus 29 tonight.
Yeah. To no one's surprise. Dude, Jordan Poole was good for one series ever, and it was he buried the Denver Nuggets and then has
what if
done
the
nothing.
Nuggets actually were on pace to win the championship that year?
God damn it!
And Jordan Poole
We could have been
just somehow-
smug so much earlier.
could have been so
He's having
smug.
some crazy plays too, like turning around on shots. He turned around on a shot. It was a fast break. Turned around, got it blocked.
Does
'cause he
it
just thought
make
was cool.
you feel like maybe Draymond was right?
Like he just needs to be punched squarely in the face by somebody, by Kyle Kuzma.
Maybe I'm just saying. Maybe
God.
nobody came to his defense. I'm just saying. All right, let's keep going.
The Atlanta Hawks.
I'm not advocating for punching.
Yeah,
by the way.
hey,
That's a joke.
hey.
That's a joke.
Hey,
People are
NBA
gonna
players
be-
watching this,
Yeah.
don't punch Jordan Poole in the face.
I mean, people
Atlanta
in
Hawks
general.
beat the Bucks yesterday, and then they came back and beat the Timberwolves.
Are they good now?
127, 113. Yeah, maybe they're good. In this game, it was DeJounte Murray, 41 points.
Yo, what?
41.
17 of 24 shooting too. He shot 4 free throws. That was
Damn.
just a bucket getting game from him.
That is a bucket. Trae Young only had 24 in this game. On the other side of things, Anthony Edwards had 31 points. No one else really did anything. I love to see
Naz
it.
Reid started 3 for 3 in like 2 minutes from 3. And it was like all over the timeline. He finished a minus 21. His first 2 minutes, they were like killing it, and then he
And
crashed.
then he got killed.
Naz Reid's kind of hilarious, man. I gotta say, he's one of the funniest players to me. He's so smooth,
Yeah.
but he's like all offense.
Yeah, Portland
Kinda funny.
Trailblazers get their first win of the season.
That's
They beat the
embarrassing.
Toronto Raptors 99-91. In the game, our old friend Jeremy Grant, 22 points. DeAndre Ayton, domination, had 10 points, 23 rebounds.
23
That
rebounds.
is
There was a
pretty
lot of
shocking.
missed shots in this game.
Lot of
There
missed
was, it
shots.
was a double munder.
Dude, I'm poor dominating.
Yeah, I
10
people
points?
are all turning on him too. He's having a Jordan Poole-esque, this is what you wanted, and now he's getting clowned. But they won tonight, so good for
Yeah,
them.
yeah. The Dallas Mavericks pick up a win, 125-110 over the Memphis Grizzlies. They are losing every game, 0-4 on the season.
Bro,
In all sincerity, we should talk about this. 0-4. No, this season's so long that you can survive 0-4
Easily.
But honestly, their playoff odds have probably dropped a meaningful amount
Yeah.
from this start.
dude, they have like 6 times as many games where they have to wait for Ja Morant to come back. It's wild.
They might be the surprise team of the year, where there's always one team every year that's like projected here,
Yo,
and they're down here.
Like now, when you hear about a penalty, 25 games,
Yeah.
dude, 25 games is so many. I don't even know what he was honestly like suspended for specifically. Like,
And then he has to ramp himself back up. He got caught brandishing a gun or
I
something.
mean,
on the live.
I know, but it like, wow.
But why is that illegal? Is that against the team? I know it is weird. It's strange. The whole situation's weird, but guess what? Memphis is going to have basically a sleeper year.
0-4.
Luka
in the game, Luka, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. That man he's killing. Six 3-pointers in the game. He's doing everything like that. They're not good to me.
Well,
but he's so entertaining. In this game, also, Kyrie did not play. Jaren Jackson had 30 points.
Oh, they're definitely not good.
Desmond Bane had 30
Mavericks,
points.
they're 3-0.
They're not good.
They're 3-0.
I mean, please.
Luka is good, man.
Luka is not the Mavs though. Luka is very, very good.
All right.
Yeah. Milwaukee Bucks get a win, 122-114 over the Miami Heat. In the game, Giannis had 33 points, 7 rebounds. He's having some regular, not regular, but because he's one of the best in the world. He's number 1 in the world, but it's not the same where he's having these monster ones because now they have Lillard and other guys around him.
Dude, I gotta watch the game of theirs that I watched. I need to see the others, but I was really surprised at how little those two played off one another.
Yeah.
It was like that your turn, my turn stuff.
It'll take time, man.
I mean,
this
clearly,
stuff
but
always is it's a perfect natural fit. It's come on, man. Everything takes time.
Yeah.
Everything.
This was the matchup of Lillard versus the team he was supposed to go to.
Yeah.
A little shocking. Tyler Hero had 35 points. I'm on the other side of things. Jimmy Butler,
I love
not
it.
that great. 13 points, 4 rebounds. Looked like himself in the finals. Whatever. Golden State Warriors win 130-102 over the New Orleans Pelicans.
That's a big win right there. That's a good win on the road against the
Steph
Pels.
Curry, 42 points.
42 points.
7 3-pointers in the game.
Is he supposed
did
to
it all.
15 of 22 shooting, man. He got.
When is he going to get old?
Well,
How is he getting better?
are we still on this one? I got to give you guys a take because I've been.
Yeah, give it to us.
I've been watching a lot of Warriors.
He uncorked this.
I've been watching a lot of Warriors.
There's one more game, and then we could get to that.
Well, do you think it's a natural time when we're talking about the Warriors to go
Nope.
to the... All right,
Okay.
one more
What
game.
do we got?
Thunder over the
You
Pistons.
trying to get out of here?
This is Dev's segment.
I want to finish. Yeah, exactly. ATA, the one that they didn't spend any time on, that's mine.
Okay. Oh, that is offensive.
Oklahoma City Thunder,
Why
124
would
to
you do that to
112.
Dev, man? I thought you liked Dev.
I don't.
No, nothing on the Pistons. They didn't do anything well. SGA, 32 points in the game. A guy that just got locked up had 32 points in
He's
this
had
game.
32 points every game of his career.
It just goes
except
to
for the
show
last
you
one.
how for real this defense is. It just shows you it.
Let's go.
Just shows you it.
Can I tell you guys? Oh man, Jalen Duren got shut down for the first time this year. He had been putting up monster numbers. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that. I like the Pistons. I think the Pistons have a good young core. I think Jalen Duren.
Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
No, but I'm just well, maybe. Honestly, it's
That's
possible.
my bet. That's my bet.
They are 2-2, so it'll be tough. But I think they have a real core.
Yeah.
And you know why? The Thompson twins, I think, are really good players.
They are.
I like those dudes a lot. They play a good brand of basketball, and they obviously have
Who do
physical
they have?
tools.
Amir Thompson?
No, Osir Thompson.
Osir Thompson.
Yeah, and he's the defensive one. I mean, the defensive minded one. And that dude, for real, man, that guy gets after it. So 15 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal. He's kind of a Peyton Watson-esque type player, and just that he's so long and athletic and this or that. I really like that dude.
Has some blocks in this game, and just defensively, they change it. You think that he's for real? What do you feel about the Warriors? Do you think they're for real?
I kind of do, man, after watching them. And they are really tiny, and I do think that matchups will be a thing. They've never been this small to go up against Denver.
But, why are they better than last year? What has changed since last year for them?
They do have, Chris Paul is obviously a big deal. The problem with them last year was their starters were phenomenal. Better than Denver starters, actually, statistically. But they had nothing behind it. It was, completely empty. And whatever you want to say about Chris Paul, he's better than nothing. He's better than that. Yeah. And I think they had vibes were off a little bit last year because, again, Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole in the face, if you recall.
Yeah, I remember that, yep.
So I do think that there was that shift, and now you get this new group in. And I like Moses Moody. I think he's could be a guy. If we were Warriors fans, we'd probably be talking ourselves into him becoming one of those guys. They've got Saric. They've got Chris Paul. So that's 8 guys. And then the big swing guy to me for them is probably Jonathan Kuminga. I don't buy Kuminga. I actually am not the biggest fan, but the guy does have a ton of physical gifts. So when I watch them, they just, the same way that if we imagine the Nuggets stuck together, this core stayed together for 7 more years, would you imagine their chemistry would be the same, even if like their skill level is to that, but their chemistry?
To me, last year, and I've not watched them this year, but to me last year their core was the same, but the quality of some of their core had dropped off like pretty precipitously. Like Clay was not good at the end of the year, and it was like it really hurt them.
Were the Nuggets better or worse when they lost Bones Highland, as good as he was? I think it's analogous to that. Like Jordan Poole was a good player, but it was off. Like it had expired, and they had to play it out before getting rid of him, in my opinion. And then sometimes you get rid of him, and it's like, all right, we're back to what we were.
Yeah, I mean, I have to see that. I have to see it. I have a hard time imagining that they still have enough to get where they were. It's very early in the season, 4 games in.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, they wore down pretty badly last year, but Steph Curry is goddamn incredible.
I will say this, though. When you watch him, and for me, because I've watched all their games so far this year other than tonight, when you watch them, they look like the Warriors. And that's why I say it. Is that you're just like, ah, damn, man, that's that shit that's hard to guard, and the ball just moves, and you're like, ah. And again, Steph Curry, he is old, but damn, when he's on, he looks like his old self, man. The exact same thing. Any parting thoughts, guys? Hit it, Kel.
We're not talking to Win tonight?
Let me see if Win wrote me saying he's coming on.
I doubt he's going to be here soon.
No, yeah, because he's waiting for it. I don't think
We're
so.
trying to get the hell out of here.
My parting thoughts are Wednesday, the Nuggets have the Timberwolves.
That's a good game.
5-0.
Oh,
They
wow.
have the Mavericks
Why
on
play?
Friday, 6-0.
Why
They have
play?
the Bulls on Saturday, 7-0.
Okay.
Pelicans, Warriors, Rockets. They might not lose for a long time.
Find the
First
first
of all,
L.
the
Where's
thing
the first
about
L?
this is every game you do that, the Nuggets should win. They're the best team in the NBA.
I love to see it. I love to see it.
I'll tell you what, though. Wednesday, that's going to be a good game. I actually think there's a string of really good games coming up for the Nuggets. You talk about Dallas is good, New Orleans is good, Chicago, who knows, but a second night of a back-to-back, and the 5th game in 7 days, so it'll be a bit of a grind. I think the Nuggets have some real challenges coming up, but Minnesota brings out the best in Denver sometimes, you know? Like, that's a matchup that both teams want.
That's also, they bring out the best in Jokic. So we get to see a locked-in Jokic because he gets to go against Cat and Gobert. Love it.
Yeah. And I think for me, like, the Nuggets starters are such a known commodity, and they're so incredible, and, like, you just know what you're going to get out of them. But, like, what I love about this year, too, so far is, like, I love seeing what we're going to get out of P-Watt every night, what we're going to get out of Christian Braun every night. There's, like, so many subplots and side quests and things that, like, just keep this so interesting. I can't believe that we're already to that place where we can just look past the main. The main thing is no longer the main thing for us.
We're on side quest watch, man. We're on side quest.
We're trying to collect all the coins.
Trying to get them, man.
But it's great, man. I love what I'm seeing out of the young guys.
Yeah, I am too. That does it for us today, guys. All you real ones, thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Let's go.
3:15.
We all silly like the mayor.